Hello and welcome. This is Blue Club Sports. This is the webcam debut, and what a debut it's going to be, because today we're going to be talking about the Premier League, my Premier League predictions. So the Premier League starts tomorrow with Crystal Palace Arsenal. So this is the last day I can get these predictions off before the season starts. So let's get into it. Start with the negatives first. First manager getting sacked. I think it's going to be Frank Lampard. I think Frank Lampard, he's a decent Premier League manager. It's just he does not elevate the team. You know, he took Chelsea from third to fourth, and Derby County, I forgot what it was, but he didn't improve their position in the table during his tenure. And that's the thing. I feel like he doesn't elevate, but I think he just maintains the status quo. His tactical expertise, is a little bit not Premier League proven yet, I don't think. But the thing he does is when Jordy Morris, they promoted the youth. He brought up Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, and that was very good to see. Reece James as well. But him and Everton, I'm not a big fan of it. I think he's not gonna do well, and I just think he doesn't do well. But a interesting shout out I want to make is I think Eric Ten Hag, he might walk away from the job. By now he's probably very frustrated. Players he wanted to get rid of are still there. The players he wants, he's not really getting. Look at Frankie de Jong. He's still with Barcelona. And it looks like Chelsea might hijack the deal, and that's not good for him. So relegation, 20th place, I have Bournemouth. 19th place, I have Fulham. And in 18th, I have Everton. Everton, I think Fulham, Bournemouth, that explains it. There's not much for an explanation there. I think for Everton, the fact that they've lost several players, they're going to be without Dominic Calvert-Lewin for the first few weeks of the season. It's going to be very detrimental. I think Lampard's going to fall out with the board and he'll leave, or he'll get sacked, or something's going to happen there. But definitely do not like the situation in Everton whatsoever. And I think this year, last year the narrative was they're too big to go down. I think definitely this year, they're going to go down, I think. Nottingham Forest avoids the drop. Newly promoted side's going to avoid the drop. And I think that's the case because I do like the moves they're making. Dean Henderson in goal. The signing of Jesse Lingard. It really proves that they have some ambition. They want to stay in the Premier League, of course. More ambition than what I've seen from Bournemouth, and more ambition from what I've seen with Fulham. And so let's go to the Golden Boot. So the Golden Boot, I think Tottenham are going to do very well this season. Sad to say as a Chelsea fan, but I think they're going to do very well. I think, Heung-min Son tied for the Golden Boot last year, and I think Harry Kane's going to take it this year. I think he has plenty of motivation to do so, whether that's he's trying to sell himself to Bayern Munich next summer, trying to prepare himself for the World Cup this winter, and he wants to. I feel like at the end of the day, whether he wants to leave to Bayern, really, I think he wants to win a trophy for Tottenham. I think that would be his legacy, that he brought a cup to Tottenham, and he's going to be scoring goals for fun. And so, just to take a step off the path here, I think for the UCL, a little bonus here, I think the winners are going to be Bayern Munich. I think Bayern Munich did great business in the transfer window, adding the likes of Matthias de Ligt and Sadio Mane. Yes, you lose Lewandowski, but I think Sadio Mane is going to run crazy in the Bundesliga. I think he's going to really take the league by storm. And de Ligt, great addition. Of course, there's a lot of criticism for de Ligt that he didn't really take a step up after joining Juventus, but I think there's a talent there. There's a reason why Chelsea wanted him. And, he had a hefty price tag. He chose Bayern Munich over Chelsea, which is fine. I'm not that mad about it. But I think Bayern Munich are going to win. I think the manager, Julian Nagelsmann, he took a lot of abuse last year for getting eliminated by Villarreal. He definitely has a point to prove here. And I think, like I said, And if you're asking me who out of England might win the Champions League, I think it's always been Liverpool. I think I trust them in cup competitions. Definitely don't trust Man City. But Spurs or Liverpool, I think, would be good shouts to make it deep into the UCL. If not, make it to the final. If not, win it. But my favorites to win it is Bayern Munich. So, if you're new to the Premier League, I'm going to cover the top 7. The reason being is 7th place gets you the top 7 qualifies you for European competition. So with 7th place, you qualify for the Europa Conference League. And that I'm going to choose Newcastle. I think Newcastle, I really like the manager. I really like what they're doing, the process they're going under. They're not splashing the cash really. That being partially because they can't get lucrative sponsorships until next season. But I do like the moves they're making. They're generally getting better. Nick Pope going there from Burnley is going to be very good, beneficial for them. And yeah, I think this year they're going to be top 7. They're going to be in European competition the following season, which is massive for them. And yeah, Newcastle, everyone forgets they're owned by the Saudis, the PIF. They're going to be a force in the English football in the very near future, if not yet. But I do think that they're going to be in 7th. And in Europa League, so you get 5th and 6th, qualifies you for Europa League. And 6th, I have West Ham. So that's West Ham. Me choosing West Ham was basically, I like David Moyes. I like the fact they kept Jared Bowen and Declan Rice. And they signed that guy from Serie A from Sassuolo, who is, physicality-wise, he's ready for the Premier League, I feel like. And yeah, I think the striker position was always a question mark, always relying on Mikel Antonio to bang in the goals. But I think West Ham are going to be right there. I think they finished 6th last year, if I'm not mistaken. I know they got Europa. Oh, no, they finished 7th. So there would be a 1 spot improvement there. So to go into the top 5, so 5th, of course, going Europa League, and then the top 4 going to Champions League. So 4th and 5th could be up in the air. So let me explain. I think 4th right now is Chelsea and 5th is Arsenal. The thing is, it's up in the air. I think it's going to go down to the last game, the 38th match in the Premier League season. But I just have Chelsea, Chelsea qualifying for top 4 and Arsenal not doing it. My thing with Chelsea is the things I don't like about the squad is there's too many players that want to leave, like Hakim Ziyech, Marcos Alonso, just to name a few. And of course, the front 3, we added Raheem Sterling, but Raheem Sterling, that's a lot for him too. There's too many holes for Raheem Sterling to cover, We have Timo Werner that doesn't want to be there. That's another name. He's not very consistent. He's not consistent enough. Christian Pulisic always complains about not playing, even though it's not really deserved based off his performances. It's not merited. And then we lose Lukaku, and that was, a horrible signing there. And then Kai Havertz, he's a great player. He comes up in big moments, but is he really a consistent goal scorer? I don't think so. I'm a really big fan of Kai Havertz. I actually have a jersey of his. But I need to see more. I need to see an improvement from last year, this year, right? And Arsenal made some additions. I'm not gonna lie. They made some great additions this year. The thing is, I don't trust Mikel Arteta whatsoever. Gabriel Jesus, I don't think he's a top Premier League striker. I think he'll do well. He's better than what they had, and the likes of Alexander Zinchenko, those additions are very good too. And I think Arsenal, the fact that they didn't get top 4 and they lost to Newcastle at St. James's Park, really, I was happy to see it because I'm a Chelsea fan. But Arsenal, it's going to be very hard for me to trust them to get top 4, handle those big games, avoid those trap games, like Newcastle away. And they didn't do it last year. I don't think they're going to do it this year. I think just based on the manager, I don't think he can motivate or have this young squad maneuver tough situations like that. But that's my opinion. I think they're going to finish 5th and Chelsea finish 4th. But I will guarantee you it will come down to the final game. It definitely won't be easy for Chelsea to get top 4 this year. I think it's going to be the biggest challenge in recent history and recent years for Chelsea to get top 4 football. So we're down to the top 3. I think top 3, it's going to be a 3-horse race this year in the Premier League. I think it's Man City, Spurs, and Liverpool. So I think the gap between 3rd and 1st at the end of the season might be 3 points, might be 4 points. But I think all three of these teams have a chance to win the Premier League. So if I see any of these 3 teams win it, I'm not going to be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. Liverpool, we all know Liverpool, the addition of Darwin Nunez because they sold Sadio Mane. I think the reason why I have them 3rd is I think they played last year. They played every game they could play. And for them not to have a couple slip-ups, a couple injuries there, crazy. I think Liverpool might, they're not going to be the Liverpool of last year, right? I think they might take a step back. They're still a dominant force in football, but I think, to see them take a step back wouldn't shock me at all. Spurs, they have goal scorers up front. They had great additions like Yves Bissouma, and Richarlison to even add more depth into that front 3. And they have one of the best managers in the league by far in Antonio Conte. I think Spurs is going to push Man City to the last game to win the Premier League. But I do have Man City win the Premier League. I think this is up Pep's wheelhouse. I think he knows how to win the league. He knows how to navigate a 38-match schedule. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great campaign. No one's going to run away with it. It's going to come down to the last day. So, yeah, the last game of the season you have, in my opinion, you're going to have Arsenal and Chelsea trying to get top 4. And then you're going to have Spurs, Liverpool, and Man City trying to win the league on the last day. I think the Premier League is super competitive. It's why we follow it. Yes, people who don't follow the Premier League are going to say, oh, Man City win it every year. But, saying that Man City won it last year comfortably would be an understatement. But, yeah, like I said, this tomorrow we're going to have Arsenal, Crystal Palace kick off the league campaign. But, it's going to be a very interesting league, to say the least, and I'm happy and excited for it. Anything Premier League, we're going to be covering it here on Blue Club Sports, so don't get it twisted. I'll be covering Chelsea Football Club, which you'll see here. This is kind of hiding, though, but yeah, the world champion Chelsea Football Club. We're going to be covering them very closely. I'll try to be doing pre-game videos, post-game recaps, all that. So if you're a Chelsea fan, this is a must-follow channel. But if you enjoy Premier League football, I talk about Premier League in general. I'm a big fan of it. And but yeah, if you liked the video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so if you haven't done so already. Comment down below. I will be answering comments. I'm very good about it. And if you want to, I know this type of video raises a lot of discussion, so I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. And before you say it, yes, I do not have Man United in my top 7. That's why I say Ten Hag might be the first one out the door from a manager's perspective. It's just I'm not happy with Man United. They're not the institution of football they once were. I think definitely they are a mid-table team. I think Cristiano was going to leave somehow, whether that's to another Champions League club or he might retire. No, I think that's one thing that no one talks about. Is I really genuinely think Cristiano Ronaldo will retire or he'll go to MLS, because all right now he wants to do is beat those Champions League records, but he can't do that with Man United not playing Champions League football. But yeah, Man United fans, yes, I do not have Man United in the top 7 for the Premier League. So if you're mad, please let me know in the comments down below. But that's all I have to say about the topic. Thank you very much for watching this video, and you guys have a good day.